shit, here we go again.
Seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please?
The show starts
right here, right
This
now.
is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.
We breaking news again. Hog HQ Live, tell a Razorback friend. Hot Adam DP, the squad you can trust. On every platform, we never adjust. From the hills to the streams, we the Hog Dream Team. Dropping Razorback gems, y'all know what I mean. Heart with the insight, sharp as a tusk. Adams takes heavy, break the mic in the dust. DP in the cut, stat sharp as a blade. Talking hoops, talking football, every play gets made. Razorback Nation, call it Hog Vibration. On Facebook, YouTube, even Twitch sensation. Instagram scrolling, X marks the spot. When the pigs hit the field, we reporting the plot. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the past to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. Hog HQ Live, breaking news worldwide. Razorback pride, we'll never divide. From the past to the streams, every sport, every scene, we the Hogs, we supreme. Living out the dream. DP crunching numbers that I'm setting the tone.
What's going on, everybody? This is your main man, Smooth Baron, and you're tuned in to Hog HQ. Woo! Pig Sue! Wee! Go Hogs!
Go Hogs indeed. Go Hogs indeed. Type shit. Look, welcome back to another great episode of Hog HQ Live, brought to you by the Hog Talk Podcast. These are the guys right here. This is Adam, and this right here is Mr. Hart. Don't forget, you see it in the corner. Tell a friend, and we're back again with another great episode, talking everything Razorbacks, everything Hogs. Once again, it's a great weekend to be a Razorback and repping the Hogs. You can see the comments. Woo! There you go. There you go. My boy Lightfoot checking in. That's a two-time champion track and field for Arkansas, checking in from Seattle on the show tonight. Transplant Texan, salute to you per usual. That's me right there. Yeah, it's a great weekend to rep the Hogs. Look, it's a lot to get into. We're going to definitely get into all of it. Definitely got to get into the basketball tournament. Champions we are. Track and field. Keep on doing what they're doing. Keep posting banners. Gonna talk a slight bit of pro day with the Razorback team, the football team. And of course, we got Hart's baseball corner. So we're gonna get into all of that plus some. So stay locked in for another great episode. So much to cover. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you're watching us on YouTube. Hit the notification button so anytime we go live, you are made aware. With all that being said, welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Look. I'm so excited. Track dogs. Yeah, Lightfoot definitely checking in, talking about track. Congratulations to men's basketball, of course, for being tournament champions, as well as congratulations to men's track for being champions once again. This is what they do. Like I said, it's a great weekend to rep the Hogs. A lot of times we get counted out in a lot of sports. But when it comes to track and field, that's what we do. In basketball, we are back on the scene. Coach Calipari being the only coach to win 2 SEC championships at 2 different SEC schools. So that is awesome as well. Darius Acuff doing what Darius Acuff does. We got a small little clip we're going to put on at some point when we get into tournament time. But it's so much to discuss, so much to break down. We're excited to hear you guys' compliments and comments tonight. Ryan, hello. Ryan, thank you for being on. Ryan is always in here early. I like that. So once again, we'll go ahead and get into it. Where you want to start first, guys?
Football pro day that I know nothing about.
So interesting about the pro day. The interesting part about pro day for me was to see if all the hoopla about Taylor Green that was made at the combine, if that would roll over into his pro day. Now, looking at his pro day, he looked like he looked all season as far as the throws against no defense. So he had no defense to read. But of course, you haven't seen any highlights talking about the pro day. The pro day wasn't that spectacular. If anybody gained themselves some draft stock capital, it'd have been Larry Worth. He did the broad jump, did 11.2, same as TG. And also on his vertical, he had 37.5. So that's probably the highlight of pro day. Couple of guys that you are unfamiliar with. Shakur Smalls, his 40, he ran a 4.5. And then, of course, Frank Milapola had 27 reps on the bench press. So those were the leaders. All the NFL teams were in attendance to check out the Razorbacks to see if they could find some gems, some diamonds, if you will, in the rough, because it is a diamond state. So hopefully those guys created a situation where they can get some draft capital, an opportunity to be some free agents on some teams. You got anything you want to add to that?
You know, I wondered when he came to Fayetteville who Shakur Small's favorite rapper was. Tupac Shakur or Biggie Smalls.
That's a great assessment.
If he doesn't get asked that at some point, like somebody's missed.
Absolutely.
Did anybody? Ty wants to know if anybody ran 23 miles an hour.
Negative, Ty. That nobody talked about 23 miles per hour. Hopefully, that conversation is gone with the previous regimes. Now we're just talking about wins and losses. Like,
well, we are too. So there's some videos put out. Guy was doing a tour. I think his name's Andrew Brenneman, doing a tour to the facilities, and he does a lot of college football content. And you know, one thing he pointed out was all the clocks in their facilities now just say now on them. They don't actually tell time. And I just get into. I mean, I know coaches are always going to have their own little things that they do or whatever, but I'm just kind of like, are we done with the little hokey, like little piddly stuff?
Hey man,
like, like earning our logos.
Right now, I seen the guys. They started spring practice. They had started spring practice. So I do know this week, looking at Trey Biddy talk about it. They will have an opportunity. The media will have a chance to talk to some of the coaches throughout the week as they get started. Go ahead. I'm sorry. They get started on spring football. So I'm excited to kind of put some faces with some names. I keep hearing some names, but like I said, it's so many new guys on the roster. We got to learn this roster from scratch. So it'd be interesting to see who making noise, what the quarterback competition looks like. As Coach has stated, there will be a legit competition at quarterback among 3 guys. The 2 guys, AJ and KJ, will be taking majority of the first team reps. So let's see exactly what that looks like. So I'm excited to see exactly what this whole thing will look like. We got some new people in here. Mark checking in. Whoopie Sui. Transplant Texas says, all in now. What's next?
Well, and you know, Transplant TG not budging off pursuit of being drafted as quarterback, too proud to take advice or getting bad advice from others. I think a lot of this goes back to, and I'm going to reference Lamar Jackson here. And I'm not comparing the two in the sense of their athletic abilities, because one won the Heisman and one won 2 games in his last year. But I get it. Like maybe wanting to put him at wide receiver because of his size. But at the same time, some of these guys, they don't want to budge off of it. Unfortunately for him, it's one of those things, kind of like and I'll use Malik Hornsby as the example here. As when he was at Arkansas, he wasn't wanting to budge off of being quarterback. But then what happened whenever he left Texas State? He became a wide receiver.
Right.
So I'm not saying that Taylon Green's not going to – I mean, he wants to go in as quarterback. He's going to be drafted as a quarterback. Maybe a team's talked to him about working out at wide receiver as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because of his combine – I mean, he broke 3 quarterback records. Somebody's going to pick him up as quarterback.
There you go.
And, I mean, it's going to be a team that probably has a similar type quarterback in their system already. But he's not Felipe Franks. And by saying that, I just mean, Felipe put on some muscle, weighed a little bit more. And, I mean, he's still – kind of holding his own at tight end. He didn't play a whole lot, but he's still on a roster. So we'll see what happens with him. But I mean, I don't see him being any higher than, a 4th or 5th round pick.
Shannon said Pittman wasn't budgeting out them cold beers either. Yeah, you damn Skippy. That's a great assessment. Great assessment. So that wraps up pretty much pro day. We'll be it'll be interesting to see exactly what it looks like. How many guys will get drafted from the Razorbacks? Who will be free agents? Who will be the first one off the board? That's going to be interesting. I do know there is not a plethora of running backs. I do know they tried to devalue the running back position at the NFL. But you can see this past year and 2, a nice running back is what you need to make it to the Super Bowl. So it'll be interesting to see if Mike Washington, how far his stock rises because of his numbers, and what teams looking for a nice stature back, a big back who can catch out the backfield as well and run between tackles and read defenses. So it'll be interesting to see who gets drafted first from the Razorbacks. You got something before we roll into the Hearts baseball?
It's baseball time.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, it was an up and down week for the baseball team. Of course, we ended the Stetson series on Monday, and we lost that game 6-4, which made us 2-2 in that series. It dropped us to 12-5 on the season. A bright spot, Carter Brumbaugh went 4 for 5 with a run scored, but we also went 5 for 24 with runners on base during that game. James DeCreamer had his worst outing of the year by far, didn't record an out, faced 5 batters, gave up 4 earned runs on 4 hits. Tate McGuire came in and threw 3 in the 3rd innings, gave up a hit, 2 earned runs, and 2 Ks. So it was a sad ending to the non-conference season, if you will. I mean, we still have midweek games, but as far as weekend goes. Then we go to the weekend series, the SEC opener against Mississippi State. Adam, you want to run some highlights on that one?
Let's go.
3-2. Lifted in the air, right center field. Teal is back. He's at the fence. That ball's gone. T.J. Pompey in his first Razorback SEC game hits the game-winning homer. Sprints around the bases, and the celebration is waiting at home plate. Oh, that must feel good for T.J. Pompey, the hero, and now the race is on to get that jersey and rip it right off him.
Come on up here. This guy's been through hell. He just went to heaven, baby. Hey, welcome to the SEC, baby. It's never over till it's over. They showed it, and then we finished it. That was a great game. Really, really good ball game. You guys competed amazingly, all right? Playing 2 tomorrow. We got one though. We got to win the first one, all right? So enjoy that for about 2 more hours. Get some sleep. We'll see you at 10, all right? Good win, fella.
Wow, TJ. Who's on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Look, man, that was a great game. Real quick in that same game, I like to find who's going to be the face of the baseball team. I'm still down with Ruiz. That's my guy because his name is Damien. Parents.
Oh, I thought your name was Double. Never mind.
I'm glad I stopped myself before I say something like that. But shout out to Zach Stewart. I think Zach Stewart is going to be our guy. The hair hanging out the back, a lot of swag when he hit the home run. I like him. I like somebody who can really get us riled up and get us going. So Zach Stewart is my guy that I'm looking at. It's going to be the face of this team this year. But go ahead with your assessment.
Absolutely. Well, we scored 5 runs. We won 5-4, and that made us 11-0 on the season when we scored 5 or more runs. Van Horn did shake up the lineup for the first half of the game, if you will. He put Rutenbar at first base, moved Souza to second base, moved Camden Kojal to short, and then put Reese Robnett, the usual first baseman, at third base. Now he ended up coming out, as you saw, or switching over to first because you saw Pompey come in and win the game. Zach Stewart did hit a 115-mile-an-hour solo home run that was his 4th on the year and his 48th on his career. So he's definitely producing in his limited action so far this year, and he's still got a strained groin. Gibbler in that game, how we got to going to the bottom of the 9th, Gibbler came in and was mowing them down for the most part, I would say. But in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs, he ended up hitting a batter, and of course, as it always happens, the next batter hits a home run. That was Woodson for Mississippi State, and then of course you have Pompey with his game winner in the bottom of the 9th, leading off. Gabe Gackle threw 5 2/3 that game, gave up 2 earned, 4 strikeouts, 8 hits, and 3 walks. And then Gibbler, he threw 3 1/3, 2 earned runs, of course the home run that I talked about, 3 Ks, 3 hits, and 2 walks. And then of course Saturday we have a doubleheader because of the weather today. And so the first game didn't go our way. We lost 7-2, fell to 13-6 on the season, and 2-6 on the season when we score less than 5 runs. So we see where our Achilles is right now. We got to get 5 runs at least. In the top of the 3rd, Dietz walked batter 7 and 8 on the season. And then, of course, they come up and hit a 3-run homer with Ace Reese, Mississippi State's best hitter, I would say. And then the bottom of the 8th, we got our only 2 runs with Souza and Helfrich getting RBIs. Dietz ended up with 4 2/3, 5 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, so that was nice, but 4 hits, 3 walks, which gives him 9 on the season. And then Tate McGuire followed up after a couple other pitchers. Tate McGuire had 3 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 4 hits, and 2 walks. And then we have the second half of the doubleheader on Saturday. Go ahead, Adam, if you will.
Great sir, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? Yes. Nice job. Great job. Let's go. Come on, man. Our house. Boy.
Hey, who was number 4? Real quick. Anybody know who number 4? I didn't see the back of his jersey.
I'd have to go back and look, to be honest with you. I haven't memorized the numbers yet.
The way he said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He
number 4 is, I'm going to butcher that name, Micah, Maika, New. Outfielder, senior. Yeah. Came from Trinity High School, New Orleans, and then Marshall. But he's from Pennsylvania. But
interesting. Yeah. Spending some time in New Orleans and how you saying yes, sir. No doubt about it. He had a little extra seasoning on that thing. You know what I'm saying? A little lemon pepper, a little Lowry's. You dig? So I had to figure out where that young man was from. But yeah, dude, let me ask you this real quick as we move forward on baseball. So are we in a situation already? You talk about us acknowledging our Achilles heel early, having to get 5 runs a game. We know we had to closing out on the pitcher this weekend, but the question is, where are we looking to get these extra runs? Where can we get these from? Who are we looking to pop up out of nowhere and make a name for themselves?
Well, it was a little bit of contribution from most of the batting lineup, I would say, this especially on Saturday's second game. We were playing like I said we would a couple weeks ago. It looked like the way the team was going to pan out. We played a little bit of small ball. We had guys that pretty much in almost any spot on the lineup could steal a base, which we got some of those. We had runners going from first to third on hits and stuff like that. And honestly, at the end of the game, when we got a steal, it set up the situation where we could get the leading run. But to go into the stats, we won 7-3. We went to 14-6 on the season and 12-0 when scoring 5 runs. In the top of the second, we had Mississippi State with 3 runs on 3 singles. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't big ball, but they were getting base hits. And then the bottom of the third, we had a little bit of a controversial situation. Your boy Ruiz hit what we thought was a home run until it was challenged. And so we thought it was. When replay came back, they said it was basically a ground ball double. But what was weird about it was the lead runner, Souza, didn't get 2 bases. He only got 1 base. So it ended up being second and third out of the hit instead of, getting a run scored. And then Helfrich ended up striking out, but reached first base on a pass ball, wild pitch. And so that allowed for Souza to score. And then the next batter, we had Ruiz score on a pass ball. So we got 2 runs right there. So it's 3-2. And you come down to the bottom of the 5th. Helfrich singles, and then Souza scores again. So you got a tie game in the 8th. In the 8th is where it kind of broke open. Let's see. Sorry, my screen jumped. Schaefer walked. Schaefer come in to replace crap, I just forgot who it was. Cahill. Cahill Loy is what I think it was. He came in, and then he's still second. Then we have Micah New get an RBI single, scores Schaefer. And then Popping comes in, he singles, and then New scores. And that made us, at that time, 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position. So we were doing pretty well offensively compared to what we did against Stetson. Then you have Kojal reaches on a third baseman error, and Robinette scores on that one. And then a walk scores Pompey. And then that was pretty much the rest of the scoring and sums up the game. Come in and we shut them down in the 9th, albeit it got a little interesting because they got runners on second and third before we put them away. Big Tuna, Colin Fisher threw 4 2/3, 3 earned runs, 6 Ks, 4 hits, 2 walks. And then Ethan McIlvain came in, the transfer from Vanderbilt. He threw 1 2/3, gave up 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, and 1 walk. So that sums up that. This week we got a Tuesday, Wednesday game against Northern Colorado at home. And then for the weekend series, we will be traveling to South Carolina.
Gotcha. Adam, you stupid. Look, dog. Hart, definitely appreciate you for the baseball corner and all the insight that goes into baseball. I said this last year, I said the year before. Look, baseball is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So I'm excited to see who comes out of this situation and see who can take us to the distance. Like I said, we watch this basketball team as we transition into basketball. And I don't know if that's a dope shirt. I don't know if we knew that this team was able to win the SEC. We knew we had some pieces. We didn't know if they could win the SEC. So it's interesting to look at this baseball team now, have criticism about it, see what wins and losses we come up with, and see what this team ends up with in regards to being victorious when it comes down to SEC tournament, as well as Omaha. With that being said, we're going straight into basketball because that's why you're here.
Meat and potatoes.
There you go. The meat and potatoes. With a little salt and pepper. You like a little salt and pepper on your meat and potatoes?
I like a little bit more than that, but
I don't know where we just went. but we're gonna come back. Either way, we're going straight into basketball, my guys. Straight into basketball, and man, congratulations, Coach Calipari and the guys for being victorious. Now, if you've been watching the show the past couple of weeks, a couple comments were made. Yeah, it's neither here nor there. I just remember a young man on the screen saying the SEC tournament really doesn't mean much, right? That's what I was told. What are your thoughts now, Adam, since that was you that said that and we actually won it?
So still didn't matter, obviously. I mean, it bumped us from a 5 to a 4.
Okay.
So at the overall, at the end of the day, the SEC tournament doesn't matter for teams that have the bids already. Now, I will say my tune quickly changed once Florida was knocked out. Basically, it was just like, oh, might as well go win it now.
Yeah. Interesting.
But at the same time, like, I didn't like the fact that the Ole Miss game went to overtime.
Well,
it was, I was just in my head, even on when Arkansas got down by 6, I think it was in the second half against Vanderbilt. Today, like, I was just kind of like, all right, it's done. Like, throwing the towel, like, y'all don't risk somebody getting hurt. And that's still in the back of my head. Overexertion, somebody getting hurt, whatever else. But these guys, I mean, and even at halftime, Cal didn't really seem like he was just kind of ho-hum, but he's normally like that.
Correct.
At the same time, I don't think you could tell these guys that it doesn't matter.
All right.
Because even after the game, they talked about what Cal said to the team before the game, and it was just kind of like, hey, just go out and play, whatever. And apparently Nick Pringle cut him off, and it was just like, bump that, like, we're going to win.
Right.
So, it means something to the players. I'm all for it, but at the same time, you didn't need to win it.
Out of all people to turn around and say something, Mr. I might foul out. He the one that said, I didn't transfer 4 times. I need to win this shit. Like, at some point, I need to redeem myself. He had a pretty decent game. I got to give him credit where credit was due. We was finally waiting for him to show up. Now, I do want to go back. I gave you slight criticism, but I'm also going to give you slight credit, sir. You also said that Arkansas is going to need some luck in order to win this tournament, if at all possible. Right? You said that in general, that could be SEC, that could be the Big Boy tournament. Either way, I think they got that. Vanderbilt beating Florida. I don't want to see Florida again. I didn't want to see Florida again. I knew that we were outmatched. Vanderbilt was a better matchup. Now, looking at how we played Vanderbilt at home, we blew their ass out. So I was looking for that, but this was a great competitive game. I feel like this was a collective effort in watching those guys do that. You speak about the Ole Miss game. Malik Thomas, how do you do? It seems that we know we got Darius Acuff, but the great thing about Darius Acuff and his maturity is the fact that he's able to get other people involved. The fact that Malik...
He has a bad game and still dropped 24 points or whatever it was.
That's crazy work, right? Like, his resume in the SEC tournament, he was just killing it.
And what did I point out from game 1 to game 2? Malik Thomas, you took your braids out, you dropped the headband. I'm all about, because Trevin Brazil's done this before too, before the NCAA tournament, whether it was dyeing his hair or whatever. Like, if you play a certain way, don't switch things up, especially at tournament time.
There you go.
Because you want to try something out or whatever. Like, whether it's, I'm going to decide to wear an arm sleeve, I'm going to get braids, I'm going to start wearing a headband. Do that stuff in the regular season. Don't do that stuff come tournament time, because to me, it just throws you off from how you've been the season prior. So he took him out for the Ole Miss game, and he was good to go from there.
Look, you look good, you play good. You play good, they pay good. You just never know. Like I said, I'm all about it. When I seen Darius Acuff came out with the fresh braids with the pop, he about to go off. I already knew it. He was sauced up. Mr. Risa would have come in here and say, maybe curse is lifted with the Hogs winning today. Mr. Risa, I said last week, the whole Nola Richardson statue is lifted. It's got to be lifted. Like, it's just, that's what was set out to happen. I do want to get this comment here. I put it on here earlier. Ryan said, I'm glad the basketball team is fighting and scrapping. They proved if Acuff is somewhat off They all can step up. Wagner and shooting good. Finally, Brazil and Ewan have manned up, and Pringle was playing good defense. Dude, that was it. Like I've been saying this all year long. Like I don't need people to get it confused of who Wagner was coming out of high school, how highly rated he was with his skill set. We knew, I stated before, that his leadership, being at Kentucky, going through some wins and losses, and living up to the hype of his father, let's be clear, that it would all show up at some point when we needed the most. And man, that was just so pivotal. Billy being able to do what he does, showing up every single time, busted lip in the game today. Malik from the perimeter, Brazil from the perimeter. Brazil, this is what gets you to the NBA, sir.
15 for 24 from three.
Dude, we talked about last year Bronny James being the 55th pick, and who gives a damn because it's 55th pick and nobody talks about the 55th pick.
Patrick Beverly was the 55th pick.
Trevor Brazil, you can be the 55th pick. I mean, like, you could be a nice second round addition, go play a little G League, keep developing on your defense. Because
when it's the NBA, there's no defense.
This is correct, but I think you earn that. You don't have enough offense to just say, take me as a lottery pick. Trevor Brazil, you don't. Not consistently, at least. So it was exciting to see Trevor Brazil put on a display of a game. We love when he does that. We know when he shows up in those games and get doubles, it's guaranteed damn near a win. So we love that for him. Transplant Texas said the SEC tournament doesn't matter much, but it does to UK, and we wanted.
Speaking of that,
yeah. With the SEC, it was the one and done player of the year. So I will cherish it. Go ahead and roll it. Yes, sir. Kentucky hoops. Kentucky beats 3 teams Arkansas had to beat to win the SEC tournament by a total of 39 points in 3 games. Guess what, Kentucky? We don't give a shit. Look, either way it goes, you guys were at home watching Arkansas Coach Cal at the podium.
Because I will bet money that y'all were tuned in.
And well, hold on. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back down memory lane. It was a conversation from Kentucky fans, as I call them, BBL Nation. They talked about that Coach Cal was washed up in regards to coaching. They also said that Kentucky, the brand of Kentucky, was bigger than Coach Cal. And they spent 20-something million on their roster, and they sit their ass at home and watch us win the SEC tournament, huh?
22 mil on this year's roster.
Wild work. When we talk about return on investment, somebody got screwed. Mr. Pope, we playing shuffleboard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. I'm done.
I'm not touching anything.
There you go.
Nothing else is going on screen.
There you go. But it's interesting to see Coach Cal do what he did, man. I know he's proud of this situation. Big blue salty tears, no doubt about it. I'm not even gonna mention it. I do want to give a shout out as the screen is shuffling. Miss Jenny.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Miss Jenny. Miss
Jenny from the block.
No, that's Shannon's wife. Anyhow, she know. We here, Shannon. We here. All right. You can't tell me that it meant not much to those young men today. Absolutely. Like I said, these guys, 7-8 guys. Knox not even playing. Is Knox out? So
Cal said a weekish ago in an interview that if Carter Knox comes back, it'll be for the Final Four if we get there.
Shit, let's do it.
So
Adam,
you drinking the juice? Or I mean, when it comes here's the thing with basketball versus football is we're good in basketball. So I'll drink the juice. But at the same time, and some people take this the wrong way, I feel like, especially like with us three, is we expect a lot from Coach Calipari and these teams last season and this season. And so I think it's okay to be critical of these teams that he's had. We were the same way with Coach Musselman.
Facts.
So I think it's perfectly fine to, even in today's victory, I mean, you shot 63% from 3-point. You shot 73% from the line. Okay. I'm looking at Nick Pringle. Hey, you missed 2 free throws. 0 for 2. And in that stretch, we actually shot 4 free throws almost back to back. And we came away with 1 point.
Right.
And so, it's little things that, you start nitpicking when you are as good as you are.
But see, it's okay to do that. I can go back in memory and think about me being critical of TG versus Arkansas Pine Bluff in the first game. Like, I don't give a damn who it was and how we feel like they're supposed to win. The things that we saw that I was critical about in that game that came back to bite us for the rest of the season. It never improved. So those things have to be rectified. They have to be acknowledged in regards to that. Mr. Risa say Malik Thomas is the wind beneath A Cup's wings. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Transplant Text says TB did put up a nice cap at the end of the SEC portion of his career at Arkansas with his absolutely entertaining performance in the final minutes of the SEC championship. Well done, Trevor Brazile. Well done. It matters when he shows up like that. Wagner is showing his value as a retention player. He has been clutch this tournament.
Yes.
When it counted.
And I hope, come back for your senior season. You're going to have 3 more young guards that are going to need your help.
This is true.
You're going to need a veteran like DJ Wagner to help.
Hey, Ty said he feel hypnotized without a screen shuffling. That was going on at one point.
Is that a Biggie Smalls reference too?
Anyhow, Cal wasn't washed up. He just needed new scenery and a new color.
It was the divorce that needed to happen.
Look, man, sometimes you can't stay in it for the kids.
But we do have the video is Trevor Brazile post game to close out the SEC championship.
Mates are hoisting that trophy over there. What did it take to get this one done?
We went through a lot of adversity this year, injuries, things like that. Just super proud of this team, proud of this guy right here. This should be the MVP right here, man. Just proud of everybody for the fight we had. 3 games in 3 days is always hard.
Darius, when you're watching TB hit 3-pointers like he did today, how does that help this team?
He's the X factor on our team. He the keys with us winning anything. And we believe in him. We want him to shoot. So we all knew it was going in.
30 points for you today. This was the goal to get this championship. What did you tell your teammates before this game started?
Play our game. We know what it is. Don't just get too radical because it's a championship. Just keep hooping.
This is the second ever SEC tournament title for Arkansas. What does that mean to this group to bring that trophy back to Fayetteville?
Can you say it again?
Second tournament title ever for Arkansas. What does it mean to bring that back to Fayetteville?
Everything. We together. I don't know, man. I'm just proud of this team. I don't know what to say.
Go celebrate, Terry.
Man, his maturity level is outstanding, man. I can't wait to see him at the next level. The last time we won the SEC championship,
2000.
Joe Johnson, Jannero Pargo. Who else was on that team?
Brandon Dean.
B. Dean was on that?
I think he was.
I don't know. I think that was B. Dean, Teddy, Anderson. No.
Let's go. I've got where did it go?
Because I know we played Auburn for the SEC championship.
Yeah, Brandon Dean was the SEC tournament MVP. Freshman Joe Johnson was named SEC All Freshman Team. Where is the roster at? Oh well. While y'all talk, I'll pull it up.
Gotcha.
Well, I will say in this tournament, ACUF finished number 3 ever with the highest points in the tournament with 91, and he did it in 3 games, and the guys above him did it in 4 games. So props to him. Just another accolade for his greatness, because he is. I'm starting to think he may be one of, if not the best.
He is a generational player. We can go back 3-4 shows ago. I said the number 5 in basketball will be equivalent to the number 5 in football because of Darius Acuff and his ability to be who he is in the most clutch moments. So it's interesting. Richardson Days loved the coach. Yeah, love this coach. So I'm excited to see what's look like. I do want to get transplant text and comment. Dr. Lowe, knock surgeon. His website, knee meniscus repair protocol says 6 weeks on crutches before weight bearing begins. Is Cal giving just fans Knox some hope to hold on to?
Here we go. That roster: Joe Johnson, Brandon Dean, Teddy Gibson, Alonzo Lane, Baby Shaq, TJ Cleveland, Carl Baker, Chris Walker, Jason
Baker's on
Gilbert,
the team? Okay.
Brandon Davis, Charles Tatum, Blake Edens, Larry Satchel.
Damn,
That's a
Larry
name I
Satchel.
forgot about.
Right.
And Dionisio Gomez.
Fucking Gomez.
AKA, you had a lot of dogs on that team.
No, for shit show. You definitely did. Joe Johnson being a freshman, like that was nasty work. Remember we've seen that clip from what's his name? Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, talking about that he didn't see it in Joe Johnson. It kind of made me like
go back
and be like, Gilbert, I'm not going to trust your viewpoint, your opinion anymore.
Yeah, you might have Sam Pittman evaluation status.
Well, he's always been a quick shooter, though. Anyway,
you did that.
Yep.
Hart, Acuff is 1 of 1. Period. End of story. No doubt about it. Something about that number 5 at Arkansas, which is why in football we should just give it to anybody. The young man that is coming from Memphis, the running back, I think he's wearing number 5 this year. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. See if he get the patch on the jersey, et cetera, et cetera, and et cetera. You got some videos you need to pull up at some point?
Yeah, as we move into just the over. Oh, well, I've got one more.
Go ahead.
I actually have 2 more. Because as it's already been posted, we got a video we'll announce for our tournament bracket challenge. But first, this is an apology letter. This is an apology on ESPN to Kendrick Perkins about Darius Acuff Jr.
Acuff, no one has been better. How far can he take the team? Because he feels like the guy that they're just going to...
Guard play is so important. All right, I'm going to answer this in a very specific way. I'm going to look at this camera right over here. I'm going to look at camera 3.
Okay, Brian, you better listen to the man.
Yes. Kendrick Perkins. On NBA Today, you and I were having a conversation, and I talked about how this guy was going to be a great draft pick in June. And you said he might be the best guard that ever played for John Calipari. And I doubted you. I apologize here on national television.
Wow.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're looking at these stats. You're looking at Derrick Rose. You're looking at the stats in how he's delivered right now. To me, we've spent this whole season talking about A.J. DeBonsa and Darren Peterson. That conversation is wrong, America. The conversation is A.J. DeBonsa
overlooked him, or
and
he came
Darius
on late?
Acuff Jr. Wow. I think it's because of his growth over the course of the season, the maturity, the strength in which he plays with. You put this young man in the open floor in the next level, he's going to be a star. He's good enough right now. Arkansas has its flaws. They defensively can struggle at times. They can get beat on the interior when they play against bigger teams. But Darius Acuff Jr. is good enough to keep you in games. And when you think about that lineage of all of those great guards,
I know.
and they are unbelievably good. Right now, with what he's delivered and how he's played down the stretch of this season, he is freshman of the year, player of the year in the SEC. He's the first player since Pete Maravich to lead the SEC in scoring and assists. That man has put in work all season long.
I love it. I love that Arkansas is on the map in a positive way. Bringing back what we always knew Arkansas was capable of doing in regards to basketball. We didn't know what would happen when Coach Cal came. Some people had a disdain for Coach Cal while he was in the other jersey and all that good stuff. But now, at this point, coming to Arkansas, doing what he did in year 2, doing what he did in year 1 with that team. Once again, Adam has said it time and time again, and I'm definitely give this man credit. Go out and find your next Boogie Cousins, Anthony Davis. That's the way you're going to win it all, period. Because at the end of the day, we still have issues in regards to getting out-rebounded. A lot of guys we said a couple weeks ago, we have to step up. If we just couldn't solely depend upon Brazile, Pringle, and Ewan, the guards had to get busy when it comes to getting rebounds and keep the ball alive in a half-court set. We seen Malik do that against Ole Miss. We seen Ewan come in and hit a big 3 on the perimeter. Look comfortable doing it as well. And Trevor Brazile, once again, showing up, making it do what it do. So Ryan says, I'll say it. Acuff is the best player in Arkansas basketball history. It's not a lot of people that will argue with you. Some people will try to say somebody, but Pistol Pete lead the conference in points, and that's
really the only argument I feel like you could have against it would just be tenure. People being here 3+ years, 3-4 years, whatever.
But a single season, nobody's done that. Nobody's done that.
And like a lot of the comparisons too, you see at the national level talking about, SGA Derrick Rose, etc. Like, I think people are not comparing when these guys were in college.
Mm-hmm.
They're adding on to it what these guys have done or did in the NBA and stacking that on top of what they did at Memphis and Kentucky. Like, roll out what they did in the NBA. We're just talking about point blank period, Memphis, Kentucky, Arkansas.
I don't remember SGA like that in college. I remember Booker. I remember Derrick Rose for sure.
That's the even thing too, is Booker was single digits.
Right.
He was a sixth man.
Right. He would come off the bench and just shoot threes in the corner. That's the only reason why I remember them from that team, because they had some ballers on that team. But if anything, what's my guy name? John Wall. John Wall, Derrick Rose is the only two that really come to mind. SGA, I don't remember him being that outstanding at Kentucky like that in 1 year. Transplant Texan here saying there are a few eating crow about Acuff. Most recently, Seth Davis. There to say Donovan. I seen that crap. Donovan Dent was playing some of the best basketball. Man had to turn off his comments. Yeah, for days. No shit. No, you can't do that. We're trying to be partial and not actually checking out the whole total landscape. Hart, any chance you got some scouting yet on Hawaii?
It's only been a few hours. I ain't looked.
No, I haven't had a chance to look into it. I expect us to beat them. I'll say that, but I haven't looked into their team.
Gotcha. So no scouting on Hawaii just yet, Ty. What else are we looking at? We got a 4 seed. Are we glad that we got a 4 seed? Better than the 5 seed?
I think it's about the same.
It doesn't matter because the bracket that you're in. Does it matter due to the bracket that you're in?
No, I mean, I think you're still going to end up in Portland anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you look at it, say if they flip flopped Arkansas and Wisconsin at that 4-5 or whatever, you'd be playing high. I mean, I think we're kind of in the same boat. I'm trying to look over and see well, hang on real quick. While I'm looking at this, we'll pop the bracket up on screen.
Hawaii's a 7-footer.
No, hope not. Just again, everybody, we're having the Hog HQ Tournament Bracket Challenge. It's that time of year again.
Hey, it's NCAA tournament time. If you don't think you can win it, then you shouldn't be in it. Let's go to work.
It's time for the 2026 Hog HQ Tournament Bracket Challenge.
So break that down for the people so we can go ahead and wrap this thing up so everybody know what it is. They can
Hart's already posted the link in the group and then on the Hog HQ Live business page. It's just ESPN's NCAA March Madness tournament bracket. So we've done it past few years. Just go in and join, pick your bracket, see how you stack up. I think Hart's in there is Hog HQ Hart, I believe. I'm Mr. Petty AF, of course. So, see how y'all do compared to us. I've never won it, but I have won the Pick'em.
I knew
2 years in a row. So maybe the luck will swing this way.
Look, at this point, we all know that part-time when Adam is not doing this and doing Hog Talk, he secretly works for Vegas. That's how he wins in Pick'em. Me and Hart already acknowledged it. Either way it go, that is the setup right there. The link is included in the Hog HQ Facebook group as well as the Hog HQ Live business page. Make sure to tap in. Hold on. Ty said what? DP. Silly. I love it.
Yeah. So you've got, let's see, Duke, Siena, Ohio State, Michigan. I mean, I haven't even seen all the matchups yet. I know there was a lot of talk about, BYU being at 6. Who do we have on our side? Arizona, Villanova, Wisconsin, Arkansas, BYU. I mean, I feel like our side of the bracket, like there's going to be some good matchups.
Absolutely.
But what I don't appreciate is Missouri getting to just jump in the car and drive to St. Louis for their game.
Oh, you mean just like we just played Vanderbilt at home?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But no, I'll probably get into the overall bracket over the next couple of days and really break down. Yes, Kentucky still got in at a 7 seed. Womp womp. So I personally feel like they should have just been one of the play-in teams just to make them earn it. Join the likes of Miami of Ohio and earn their way in.
Yeah. Ryan, I see your comment. But as I know, Arkansas fans travel well. Under Musman, we was in what, Buffalo, New York? Was in Buffalo. They went and watched the Niagara Falls or something like that.
Well, then even last year we were up there. I mean, that's where we played St. John's up in the Northeast.
Yeah. So either way go, Arkansas fans will pop out, pull up, pop out, and show support at all times. So we know the Razorback faithful is all over the country and will show up for the guys. I'll be watching the Hogs from Las Vegas Thursday. Look, Mr. Richards. Yeah, look, Mr. Richards just be all over the place, living life to the fullest, and we love that for her. I said Florida plays less than 2 hours from their campus is stupid. Absolutely. Now, do I think, and I will say this real quick, Ty, I'm glad you made that comment. Guys, these two guys, well, maybe one of the guys, was talking about the calls from the refs in the Ole Miss as well as the Vandy game. Now, my thing about it is Pringle blackball? Like, is he blacklisted? Like, they just tried to give him the fouls. They upgraded it
to the flagrant one.
Yes. Like, what the hell was he supposed to do? Levitate in the fucking air? Like, it's nothing he could do. It was wild. Either way it go, I think that dude is cursed by the refs. We can always find a situation to blame the refs.
Well, Jim Lindsay is basically kind of on the same level as Doug Shows and Mark Curls on SEC refs that have it out for Arkansas. So if you're in a game with them reffing, you just need to win decisively and not let the game get into the hands of the referee.
Leave no doubt. Don't leave it to the ref.
And I'll say this with the NCAA tournament coming up, I would just like to see how the refs are going to call Cam Boozer's games. Are you going to call his hooks? Are you going to call his sitting in the lane for, a week?
Nope.
So we'll see what happens. This is, like I've said before, my favorite time of the year. So it's going to be an interesting next few weeks.
Right. I guess, yeah, Pringle's supposed to have been levitating in the air. Once he jumped up and the defender went up with, he was just supposed to float in the air. Otherwise, it's a flagrant. And it's just like, it's so intentional. I was like, that was so petty. Pringle did not commit a flagrant one. That was a comment over the back. It was a petty AF call. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Real quick, Adam, before we get ready to shut this thing down. Coach Cal made a comment in the presser. About getting right. Somehow that needs to end up on T Republic as a shirt. I need to see if you can make that happen, sir.
Can I put R. Kelly on it? No, I'm joking.
Please don't. please don't. Let's not get banned. We're trying to get our numbers up. People like.
What about Dave Chappelle as R. Kelly?
Drip, drip, drip. But I digress. Look, dude, I call the SEC office for the rest of the season plus the next season for all the bad calls from Mark Curl. I even looked at dude up on Facebook and did him. No doubt about it, Ryan. Like, somebody got to get on him to let him know that we see exactly what you're doing against certain teams. Cam's playing 3.5 hours from campus. Yeah, gets away with the hook. No doubt about it. He definitely will. Pringle fails to levitate, gets upgraded to a flagrant one. Billy gets a bloody lip. Vandy foul remains common. Absurd. Look,
I will say though, there is no such foul as over the back.
You trying to check Mr. Risa? Mr. Risa
probably will regret that.
Yeah, she can say what the hell she want to say. That's Mr. Risa. Like,
But it's a push.
There you go. I do want to say this. I'm excited about what this team can do going forward. As Adam has stated before, it's going to be some luck. It's going to need to be some luck. Some teams that you may not having progressing in your bracket. Those may be the teams that it means the most for them to be there. They put on their best foot forward, put on their best effort, and can knock off some of these higher ranking teams that are seeded higher than them. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like, and see where Arkansas can fall, because the basketball gods made Arkansas have the easiest path going forward to win the SEC championship. and it was needed. Like I said, luck is luck. If we can get it, we'll take it. Let's have a moment of silence for the end of Jimmy Dice calling games for the remainder of the basketball season.
I'm sorry. If I had to hear Cinderella one more time with Ole Miss,
right?
Like, stop.
Right.
Carl Ravitch was pissing me off because every time he said we haven't missed a free throw, we missed a free throw.
I'm glad you said that.
It's the same thing with football. You
Right.
announcers out there, stop talking about a kicker being perfect on extra points. Stop talking about free throw shooters being perfect from the game. Like, just stop. Every single time.
Every time. Every time. He was like, he hasn't missed all season. He misses that one. I'm looking like, dude, stop. Stop saying it. Just watch the game and enjoy it like we're doing it. Like, it's no need for all that. Is it anything that we are missing? What are we looking forward to in regards to this next week?
Well, we got the tournament Thursday, 1 p.m. on TBS is the Arkansas Hawaii game. You got Tuesday, Wednesday playing Northern Colorado at Baum Walker, and then the weekend series Friday through Sunday at South Carolina.
Awesome. Adam, any last minute tidbits on your end? What you saw this week?
We should hopefully, I guess, try to dive into some of the spring practice and whatnot in football for next show. And everybody needs to just dive in, whether you are going to do your research on the picks or you're going to go based on mascots or colors, or you're just going to go and you're going to pick all chalk and pick all top seeds. Whatever you feel like doing, just do it. Join the tournament bracket challenge.
Let's have a moment of silence for Tyler Tanner. And the glaze from Jay Billis has officially ended for the.
Did y'all notice too? And I had this a friend pointed out during the game that Jay Billis kept calling, or I don't say kept because he corrected himself a few times, but he kept calling Darius Acuff Jr. Darius Miles.
Yeah.
That's like how okay.
Yeah.
I will say I'm not looking forward to Bruce Pearl being on the CBS desk because I got tired tonight. What I did see of him, all he did was talk about Auburn.
Did they get
why
it?
they didn't make it?
Didn't they only win 17 games? You want to?
I know his son was lobbying for it. I'm looking like, no, nobody wants to see you guys.
He brought it up like 3 different times talking about Auburn. I understand his son coaches for him, but come on.
His son was nepotism. He retired so his son could have it. And guess what? Your son's not going to be the coach next season.
LeBron James, he won't be the coach next year, just like Pope won't be at Kentucky.
But you know who else is on the hot seat as we get out of here? Eric Musselman.
Really?
Things are getting a little heated out in California.
He might take his shirt off.
I have heard rumors he is very unhappy there, and he has a lot of regret in his head.
Well,
go hop down to a mid-major again and earn your way back.
There you go. Either way it go, best of luck to him. I can't worry about nobody else but Arkansas right now. Coach Cal has Arkansas on a streak, on a heater. I'm excited about what this thing really looks like going forward, what this looks like for recruiting going forward. So I'm excited to see how far we can go in this tournament, what type of notes we can make, and what type of moments we can create per this tournament with this team. We're only going to see this team once. So I'm going to go ahead and ride it on that with these guys as long as possible. Closing out with these comments, let's have a moment of silence for all men basketball fans who are forced to listen to Daddy of Nepo Pearl on the CBS. Auburn's won't must. Of course they won't must. Of course they do. Of course they do. And Transplant Texan, per usual, thank you for that comment at the end of the show.
Arkansas is currently on their longest win streak of the season. 5 games.
Gotta love it. I learned from Eric Musselman. You ain't gotta be playing good. You gotta be playing well at the right time. And these guys are definitely gelling together, having some guys step up off the bench. This is nothing great for somebody like Sealy. Somebody like Sealy watching this environment, see what he can contribute next year with the young guys coming in. So it'd be exciting to see what that looks like. As usual, guys, we appreciate you guys for checking in with us on a Sunday evening, sharing your evening with us. Like, subscribe, and share. Remember to tell a friend that we are on every Sunday night at 8:05
ish.
Just depends on what we're talking about pregame. Either way it go, we appreciate you guys for tapping in with us. Hit the button, like it, share it, all the buttons. Anyhow, y'all have a great one. We'll see y'all on the next one. Hog HQ. We out.
Yes.